Hello, all you lovely people. My name is Lunatic Vixen, and welcome back to Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Hi, Zagiri. How you doing, darling? When I was out doing the audio earlier, I was like, this is a fine level. Oh, wait, it's much quieter in the menu than it is in anywhere else. Okay, I think. No, that's still pretty loud. God damn it. Why is this audio so hard? That's a little better. Okay. So where was I going? I want to say I was still going west. Yeah, there's the Dust Bowl devastation that they were talking about. Oh, right, we have this, he is vibrating. I don't know if y'all can see that. He's just shaking. I don't think I've seen this game before. So, I've only done one session of this game. It's on my YouTube if anybody wants to go check it out. I put the full stream over there. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But so this is a game that I am going across the entire US and I am collecting all these stories. And I am telling the stories to people and seeing like they grow and take on a life of their own. But it's been a really interesting and fun thing so far. So I got that story. Oh, it actually shows my path. Oh, that's funny. Because I started way the hell up here in Maine. And then I've been working my way around. And I think I was just mostly working my way west. I kind of want to go home. I can come over here and, oh, hey, there's some stuff over here in Oklahoma. I'm like right here. I could go home. And because I want to see, because it's mentioned the Dust Bowl, because I think this takes place in like the 1920s. So like during the Great Depression and during the Dust Bowl and all that stuff. So it's been really interesting. But you're a giant skeleton who just wanders the landscape. We were in Detroit, right? Yeah, we were in Detroit. We already visited Detroit. Okay, there's something over there. I just want to get to a railroad so I can start heading much further. Oh, we got jazzy upbeats. Up it a little bit.
Over a shared, crusty loaf of bread,
Ooh.
the farmer notices you looking at a prominent, tattered scarecrow in the field. Oh, you like old Barney? He asks.
Nope or yeah. Both lead to the same type of story. Sure, I like old Barney.
Does a damn good job scaring the vermin.
Oh.
Shame about the real fella. He was a funny one. Old Barney hiding out in our stables and lofts, just passing along. We liked him. Well, all except the sheriff. Barney never harmed nothing. I sometimes shared bread with him, just like you here.
What happened to him?
When he disappeared, leaving just the clothes we gave him, I figured I'd put him to use. Never got to know his proper name neither. Across the field, the wind in the corn whispers. Or is it the scarecrow?
Cool. I've got a new story, old Barney the Scarecrow. I wonder if that's a scary story, though. Because what all am I missing story-wise? I've got a Lovers, I've got the World. I think I have one of every tarot now, at least. No, I don't have a Justice. That's kind of surprising. Looks like I've got... Yeah, the only one I'm missing is a Justice one. That's interesting. Okay. I really want to try and get that one story to turn into Pecos Bill. That is a goal that I have. I think that would qualify as a scary story. Kind of. Or at least it's going to turn into a scary story, I feel like. Oh, I'm going up into Michigan. I've made terrible choices. But there's something over here. Something over there, and I'm curious about it. Hang on, I can whistle faster. See if this is worth it my time at all. This little mini game to walk faster. walk a little bit faster. Still not as good as, like, riding a train or something. Oh, this is just a new story.
Ride with us a little while, stranger.
Okay.
It's a kind offer.
It's a moon.
Miles of dusty road through the rolling prairies have recast this landscape as an exhausting soup of wind and misery.
Exhausting soup of wind and misery is a good turn of phrase.
There are 4 of them on the wagon. A perfect nuclear family. Mother, father, son, daughter. And a small fuzzy terrier trailing behind.
That doesn't look like a terrier.
But the pace of their movement is glacial. The draft horse ambles forward, one agonizingly slow step at a time.
Why so slow?
Ain't no point rushing to get where we were going. The wooden cart shivers with every pebble on the road that its wheels must laboriously traverse. The girl in the back pipes up. The going's the point, see?
Huh. So I can get a traveling story or I could get a moon story. I'm going to keep with the cart.
Time
Curious now.
stretches wearily. The father sometimes makes half-inch adjustments to the horse's trajectory, keeping him from ambling off the road. There is some intimation that they are heading for Oregon,
I'm going to Oregon?
but at no point is it mentioned.
You're going to have a hard time getting there from here. You're in fucking... Wait, what is this, Michigan? Yeah, Michigan. Why are you in Michigan? There's a whole ass sea, essentially, in between, at least, I think might be 2 seas in between you and Oregon. Like, y'all did not go the right path for Oregon. Alright, let's see if we can get back out of Michigan. Dysentery intensifies, right? At that rate, they sure are. Ooh, ominous clouds. Okay, so I'm getting back, almost back to, looks like a railroad or something. Maybe I can hitch a ride. Ugh. Yeah, that's a highway. I can hitchhike. Even better. I just gotta remember how to hitchhike. I wanna say I hold out, like, F or something? Q? Oh, there's a story right there. Oh, and there's Chicago. Oh, never mind. We don't need to hitchhike because we're practically already there. Chicago. Oh, there's a place we can hop on a railroad if we so desire. There's a couple stories, it looks like. Possibly a campfire to talk to someone?
There's a truck parked here.
Okay.
The driver mistakes your look for curiosity. You want to see something interesting? He asks, pointing to the trunk. He opens it. There's hundreds of metal tubes with little numbered screw-on caps sorted in wooden racks.
Nothing good.
We've been surveying,
Oh.
he said. It's my job to study soil health. The trunk has a map taped to it,
Oh, that's cool.
marked with numbered dots. I can show you the one from your hometown if you see it here.
I've done something similar. It's not on the map.
It's an official-looking
Oh.
map, but the state borders and rivers are wrong. Half your county is missing. The surveyor offers you a coin for directions to your hometown, but his notes are funhouse mirror English writing. Fascinating, he murmurs. We learn so much from you folks.
Also, he took my money. I swear to God, he took my money. Oh, no, he gave me money. Okay. Because this was like a $50 sign. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, there's a campfire there. I don't know who that campfire is. Oh, it might be somebody new. I think that's somebody new. Cool. Let's go to Chicago first, though. Downtown bustling behind you, Lake Michigan stretching before you. Chicago is beautiful, isn't it? There's a dark heart to this place, dangerous men on the streets, and glint of fear in people's eyes. We're gonna explore.
It's the midday, and yet this whole neighborhood is eerily quiet. Everyone
Oh,
seems
no.
to have retreated into their homes as if warned of something. You soon realize what? The reciprocating sound of a Thompson gun, emptying its
Hopefully it's
drum.
not Valentine's Day.
You get behind a car, putting the engine block between you and the sound. But it's muffled, coming from inside a building. You're in no danger, you think,
I mean, I am a giant skeleton.
so you allow yourself a peek above the black hull of the car.
Yeah, I'm a look.
And running down the cobblestone street, a man in fine, blood-spattered clothes. He has his hands out, mouth open, screaming something,
Ugh.
but you don't catch what he says. He's drowned out by gunfire, and his body slumps to the ground.
Oh, do I keep watching or do I run away? It's two very different stories. I kind of want to keep
The
watching.
men responsible, three abreast in dark overcoats and wide hats, walk up to him to check on the body. The smallest of the three has a nervous energy about him. People are gonna see us, boss. People ain't gonna see nothing. Not on these streets.
Cool. We're gonna go then. Killers on the streets. All right. We don't need to earn money because we're at full money. What do we got in the store? We don't need anything, so I don't want to really spend any of my money. So I guess we're fine. Okay. We're gonna snag this story here, and then we're gonna go to that campfire and meet our new friend.
There's something wrong about this
Oh, no.
lonely farmhouse. The cows have unusual rain over the porch, and the open door shows a cow lying in the empty parlor. The flower boxes are still well tended, though. There's outgoing mail in the box.
Please be a funny story. I need a funny
The
story.
moment you step inside the fence, an old woman screams.
Oh,
Hey! Hey! This is private
I
property! You quickly realize that the sound is coming from under the porch. Indeed, you can see her hollering at you through the slats of the steps.
what?
You can see a parlor set up in the basin under the porch.
Huh.
A flowery armchair, a rug, and a little lacquered table.
This is an inhabited home.
The old lady barks.
The cows live upstairs and I live down here.
Above, a cow thumps its hoof. She twitches and startles.
I kind of want to get another world story, but I'm hoping if I go this route, it'll be a funny story, and I desperately need funny stories.
That's right.
She shouts.
I'm a grown woman. I can live any way I please.
She shuffles to her chest of drawers and digs out a packet of rock candy in wax paper,
That's funny.
like a grandmother saves for her grandchildren. She hurls it in your face.
Thank you for visiting. Now get out.
Okay, the moon fade from cows and rain. Hopefully that's a funny story. We're gonna try and spin that as a funny story. We'll see what this guy thinks of it. New friend. New friend? New friend. Cassidy. Hi, Cassidy.
I've met a lot of people like you on this road.
How have you?
There's something you want from it, isn't there?
I mean, I would like to not be a giant skeleton, but I will be a giant skeleton until I make the big wolf man happy.
A desire that scratches and scrapes away at the sides of your body. Does being out here feed that part of you?
I don't know. Kind of.
It's that way for me. Living in a state of motion, resting nowhere, returning to no one. I've been a wandering ghost for a while now, and I'll be that way for some time to come. But that's a fate I should have known I was in for. I'm a poet, after all.
Oh.
I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
I've got a couple hopeful ones. I don't know if any of them are the newer ones. Female bootleggers, killers on the streets. I don't remember I remember the violin story now. Slow going cart. I want to say the slow going cart is hopeful. We'll try that. Tell the story of the slow going cart.
I like that one.
Yeah!
Makes me feel the way Silas used to in the old days.
Okay, cool. So that one is a hopeful one. Oh.
Future. Well, what do you want from this life you've been given? Do you think there's a chance you'll get it?
Maybe. I'm trying.
It's good to march forward, thinking you can reach the goal you set out for yourself. Of course, we both know it doesn't always work out. Maybe it never works out.
That is very true, and I have experienced that very much in my life.
Not many people I know seem to have gotten what they want. Except for Pauline, maybe.
Who's Pauline and Silas?
Personally, I don't think what I wanted from this world was so unreasonable.
Okay.
Alone, out here, I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
How about the hopeful stories again? Okay, I've got... That's not a hopeful one. 2 Lighthouse Keepers, Storm... that one I think is going to be a thrilling one. That's the one that I want to turn into Pecos Bill. Winged Goat, Franklin... Oh, Franklin is sadness? Huh. Alright. Quinn... Deer who chose death over enslavement. Bridge Builders, that's a thrilling one. Silent Twins, there's the Rider. That was a sad one. Praying. Leatherman Cave. Leatherman Cave is a funny one. Red Creature in the Fur Coat. Fortune Teller and the Curse. No, I don't have really. Well, I've got the one Seagull one, but I've told that one already. So I was hoping to tell mostly new ones. Where is it? I had it. There's the Seagull one. Oh, I bet it was under... No, it wasn't. Hang on. Was it under this icon that I've already told, and so I can't do another one? I bet it was. I don't have any more hopeful ones, my guy. Oh, I don't. Okay, right, because I don't have any justice ones. Let's try and get his opinion. What's since I can't give him what he wants, I can just tell him some other stories. I'm gonna save that one because I have to be careful with not telling I have to tell the funny one. I want to tell him. I'm gonna tell him Pecos Bill because I want to get that one out.
Well, I could find that kind of movie theater story at any stop along the road.
I'm aware it's not the kind that you wanted, my guy, but talk to me about it anyway.
Joy. I've had joy in my life. I used to be part of a group of mad prophets, rabble-rousers,
Oh.
channelers of holy knowledge.
Oh, really? That's an interesting twist.
We'd get a couple gallons of wine, bring them over to our friend Pauline's house.
Oh.
Then we'd shout these incandescent verses to each other, to the land and the sky. We were loud late into the night. What good would those words do if they didn't reach the heavens? Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own.
Buddy, I got
You know
so
any
many
stories like
sad
that?
stories. I got so many sad stories. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna do the Dust Bowl one. Land was choked with dust. Yep.
That one was like getting locked out in the cold with nothing but your sorrow.
Yep.
I liked it.
There we go.
What happens to your voice when you don't have a center? That's the question I've been asking myself.
That's a good question.
You can wander around or you can stay where you are, but what you say always comes from somewhere.
That is true.
It's important to have that place, that origin point for what you put into the world.
That's honestly very close to a very strong held belief of mine, yeah.
I suppose the answer to my question is obvious. I haven't written anything in a long time. There hasn't been any point. Alone, out here, I spend too much time inside my own
I don't have
head.
any more hopeful stories,
Can
my
you
guy.
tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
I don't got no hopeful stories. I can tell you... I want to see what this, the violin story was about, because I couldn't quite figure out what the vibe of that one was supposed to be.
Listen, these days, I can tell
Ah.
when a story's heartbreak isn't authentic.
That's a sad one.
The past haunts me. Every day I think about how things used to be. There was a time when it felt like Silas and I were inseparable. My poems, his books, we were part of each other's ideas. Now, I don't know how to describe how much I've missed that voice. His voice. Imagine that. A poet at a loss for words.
Yep, that's
The
called
one
writer's
thing
block,
I
my
thought
guy.
I could do. Just gone. I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face.
Can't you don't
you
you want
think
some
of
funny
any like
stories?
that?
I got funny stories. I ran out of hopeful ones. I got lots of sad stories. Like the vast majority of my stories are all sad. I could tell the Lighthouse Keeper one. I think that's like the closest I have to hopeful.
That's a good one.
Yo, there we go.
We do reach up like that.
Hey,
towards
I
hope.
got his eye open. There we go. So that means I can move on to the second chapter the next time I find him.
The space you give to love is the same space you open yourself up for potential harm.
That is true.
That's an old truism, and I'd read all about that kind of thing from an early age. So, it's not like it should have been a surprise to me.
That's a mood.
Still, I wasn't prepared for how much it all going sideways hurt me as much as it did.
Sorry, we're all out of happiness. Please try again later. Yeah, unironically with this game.
The way I felt about Silas wasn't like anything I could remember feeling before.
Oh, so you and Silas were a thing.
The whiplash from that is why I'm out here by myself now.
was
I miss
wondering.
the old group. I really do. I still have that image in my head. Pauline's house, the poets, Jess, me. But on top of them all, there's Silas. In my memory, he looms. He haunts. You ever meet someone so far above everyone else? It's like they were from a different plane altogether.
I don't know if I have actually. Like I've met people that I've originally thought that they were, but then getting to know them, it was like, oh no, you're just a person like everybody else. But
That was him. A divine presence among normal human beings. Silas was part of the group, but at the same time, he wasn't. He was better than any of us. Wiser, gentler, stronger. We all held him in respect. We were in awe of his power as a writer, in reverence for the beauty of his soul.
you really had a thing for him, didn't you, my guy?
I still love him.
Yeah, okay, cool. We're going to get straight to the heart of the matter. All right, cool. Love that for us.
Look, I'm headed out this
Alright.
way. If you find yourself out there, maybe we'll meet again.
Cool. Alrighty. Beat Poet. Meet Cassidy the Beat Poet. Alright, Cassidy Chapter 2 now available. We have a new story. I wonder what theme his story is going to be. Okay, is there any nearby stories that... Oh, there's a couple here. We can grab these two. And then we'll look at the map and see where we want to go from there. Alrighty here.
Here. Can you find her? His voice is soft, cooing. He's lowered himself down so that his head is level with the two blonde-topped boys next to him. Can you find Grandma? They're pulling ears of corn off stalks with uncommon gentleness.
I'm just gonna watch.
There she is. He points to a specific cob. It's enormous, but otherwise unexceptional. We gave her back to the corn, and now the corn has given her back to us. One of the boys, awed, reaches out with a reverent hand to touch the cob.
Keep listening.
This one's not for eating, the man continues. No, this one we keep. Come on, boys. We better get home before dinner time. Harvest starts tomorrow. He turns to lead his children back towards where you're standing.
I'ma hide.
He seems beatifically distracted as he gingerly carries the pristine ear of corn in one hand, never noticing you. His children tail after him. One of them, his blonde mop of hair mirroring the bright yellow maze, seems to glance at you, but not really understand what he sees.
Yeah, look at him.
And there it is. Subtle, but perceptible.
Huh.
A patch of red spots on his face. Fuzzy and fungal, like the omnipresent rust that you've seen on leaves here and there in every cornfield. Except this one, of course.
The quite literal children of the corn. All right. The corn farmer and his children. Alrighty. That is interesting. Oh, look. Here's one of my stories that has been investigated. Here's a story. Here we go. This farmer's loitering beside a couple of crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a story? Absolutely. He starts telling you about the travelers who move at the speed of a snail. It takes a couple minutes, but suddenly you recognize it as the story about the slow-going cart. Whoever told to the farmer changed, well, a lot, but it's still pretty good. Where'd you hear that story? Oh, I can't remember, he says. I think I've known it for years. Since I was a boy, for sure. That can't be right. That's already happened to me. Bullshit. His laughter rings down the dusty road. You're a good joker, I'll give you that. Alright, so it's now the travelers who move at the speed of a snail. Huh. So I wonder if that's... I would assume that would still be a happy story, or a hopeful one. But it's interesting that that's how that... They became slower in the telling. What's this?
A hurried little girl collides into you with a wheelbarrow full of hay, nearly knocking you out of your shoes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
You
Don't
nod,
help.
but the way the girl fusses over the wheelbarrow, was that apology meant for you?
Oh, there's something in the wheelbarrow. Oh, there's something in the wheelbarrow.
Lost? Me?
Ooh.
No, not at all.
She stands up taller and squares her shoulders, projecting an image of adulthood so stiff she looks about to tip over.
But I guess I could use a little help. Can I ask you something pretty, please?
Sure, go on.
Well, I found this critter,
Oh.
but my daddy won't let me keep it unless I take real good care of it.
Ooh.
Relating this dilemma has
Ooh.
put her on the verge of tears.
Do you know how I can be the very best pet owner in the world?
Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this option. Like I need another devil story, but I don't it goes against who I am as a person to do that response. But I need a devil story. I also don't know what this critter is. So, but I still want to do food and shelter.
The
Sure.
girl bursts into hysterical laughter, like she just heard the funniest joke.
Well, I don't know how to feed it when it don't have a mouth.
The laughter fades, and her look of worry returns.
Any other ideas?
Lots.
She smiles so bright.
That's all it takes? Gosh, I already love it so much.
Cool. I don't know how that story was supposed to end up. But that's how that went. Alright, so what do I have? Do I not have... I've got 2. I've got quite a few, Oh, I can swap stories. Oh. Interesting. So this is how I switch out around for this one. Let's see. I want to say the woman who hid from the cows is possibly a funny story. The girl is also possibly a funny story now that I remember it. We'll do that one. Also switch out this one with the buffalo. Okay, so that's how we switch those out. Because there's a lot of stories, as you can maybe tell. Am I still short? Still hardcore short on. Got lots of the priest, the empress. Need to ease off on the empress a bit. I need to get a justice one real bad. The fool seems to be an easy one to get. I get a lot of those. Alrighty, well, map. Do I want to go up and around? Not really. I could. Hang on. Unseen story. Turn that off. There we go. That way we can kind of see a little better about what options we have for stories to find. I mean, we could. There's a real good cluster right here. We could hit this guy again. We just go down 52. It might not be a bad idea. Let's try to go down that way. Looks like we've got quite a lot of stories down that way. I also could try hopping a railroad. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, let's try and get on this one. I'm just gonna do this one because I don't know which way I'm going. We're gonna try and hop a thing. Oh, we can go down to New Orleans. Sure, whatever. You know what? Screw it. YOLO. Doesn't look like there's anyone. Oh. As you hop the boxcar, you suddenly feel the heavy hand of a railroad bull on your shoulder. Now, where'd you come from, he asks in a way that indicates he doesn't care. You don't mess with the Southern Pacific's cars. The beating that ensues is efficient and brutal, and I probably lost some health. Oh, I lost all my health. Jeebus. This is gonna be a problem. Let's head south. Where's New Orleans? Let's run inside and get some health first, cause jeez. Oh, look at the way they're doing the swamps and stuff, like the design choices for the swamps. That's interesting. That's really funny. I would like to buy some health, please, and thank you. Let's do some jambalaya, because why not? Alright, let's explore. Learn the shallot of a building that looks like a layer cake and watch the crowds go by.
Lenny's Antiques has a heady smell. Polish, maybe, or incense. Sunlight doesn't penetrate the blacked-out windows. The place is crammed with furniture and curios. The woman behind the counter beckons you over.
I know the look of you. I know what you're here for.
I would like to buy some health, please. Very American. Super American. So American.
She sets a tray on the counter. On it sits a hodgepodge of stitched leather pouches of various shapes and sizes. Some have neck or wrist straps looped through them. She waves a hand across the display.
Good luck charms.
How much?
I don't want your money.
Oh.
You got something better.
Oh.
She licks her lips, holds out a flat palm.
Sure.
Her knife is fast.
Ah!
She slices a thin line across
My health.
your
I just
palm,
had some health.
then snatches your hand and squeezes. She catches the welling blood in a murky glass vial. Your vision flickers, and as you blink, the place lightens. Sunlight streams through the windows. You are alone. As you reach the door, a man calls after you.
Oh.
Is this yours?
His name badge reads Lenny. He's holding up a leather pouch by its strap.
You take it and hurry out of the shop.
Cool. Woman selling gree-gree in New Orleans. Interesting. I should probably earn some money. Let her speak. Okay, she can stay. You enter the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's try panhandling. No luck, hard hearts in this town, whether from thrift or scorn, you can't tell. Time to go, probably. Rup. Right. I don't. Alright. Okay. Oh, Mobile. Mobile, Alabama. Let's grab these stories down here first, though. Because remember correctly, having stories from different parts of the different areas will help them grow faster, I think, maybe something
You
like that.
emerge from the underbrush and find yourself at the edge of a field. A farmhouse sits at the other end. Close by, large family is tending to the plants together. They pause and regard you, almost nervously.
Hello there?
The grandmother asks.
Hello.
The family is almost too nice to you. When you ask for water, they don't even let you walk to the pump by the house. The child runs back to the shed for a folding chair, and they serve you lemonade in a glass among the lettuce heads.
Very kind of them.
Halfway through your glass, you notice someone moving furtively down by the house. The cuffs of his white shirt are stained red. The father sees your look and shifts to block your view. His eyes are bright, and his teeth are bared in something like worry.
How do you like your lemonade?
It's great.
His wife arrives with
Oh,
a
I
bag
lost
full of
something.
sandwiches for you, and the whole family ushers you back into the woods, waving, wishing you well. You take one look back over your shoulder. The man by the wall is gone.
Sure. Farmers, give me lemonade. Well, more scary stories for the scary story bucket.
The soldier sits in the dirt with his legs splayed out, like a child would sit. Beneath the tattered fabric of his antique uniform, several open wounds fester in the hot sun.
Lend a hand, traveler?
We're gonna help the guy.
You kneel in front of the soldier. His body is marked with
Ha.
bullet holes, along with deeper wounds that could be from knives or bayonets. Maggots squirm inside the raw, red flesh.
About time I earned an amputation. You seen any bluebellies around?
Oh, you're one of them.
The soldier leans in, uncomfortably close to inspect your features. Were his pupils solid white before now? He tilts his head, narrows his eyes, sniffs you. What are you, stranger?
I'm a southerner, but I'm backing
Where you
away.
going, Yankee?
I ain't no Yankee.
A bowie knife flies past your head, so close the wind tickles your ear. It sticks in a tree with a solid thump that clears the squirrels and birds out of the branches. When you look back, the wounded soldier's nowhere to be found.
Calling me a Yankee, the absolute audacity. Okay. We can. Well, so much for my earlier plans. Oh, this is a person. We can grab. Keep joking about going home. There's not really a lot of stories between here and Oklahoma, though. God damn it, Oklahoma, why do you not have anything ever? All the damn time. Hey, is there not even a... Is that... There's... Wait, hang on. Are you telling me there's not even a city in Oklahoma? Are you really gonna make that argument? Excuse you? I'm a little offended on my state's behalf. I mean, on one hand, like, not even Tulsa? Come on, Tulsa! Anyway, I'm gonna stop throwing fits. Screw it. We're just gonna... we've got 2 people up here that I'm curious in meeting. So we need to go northeast. Is there a highway? I'm trying to read this map and it's not quite working for me. Screw it, we're just gonna... We'll zip through to Mobile. With a wild and righteous sound when they try to throw a wall up. Ominously glowing buildings, that's fine. That cloud just reversed. So I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, but 404 Oklahoma not found.
His smile lights up the room, or rather the cab of the locomotive. Folks gather round as he holds the pull cord. He's a showman through and through.
You'll want to cover your ears now for this next part.
Cover my ears.
Sure doesn't help much.
Oof.
Engineer pulls that chain and the whistle blasts inside your skull. He just smiles through it all. Man must be half deaf.
Darnation.
A round of applause erupts from the small crowd. He passes out bubble gum to the shell-shocked kids, half of them in awe, half in tears.
Shuffled on.
Remember now who gets you there on the advertise.
Oh, I got
Casey Jones.
Huh.
Everyone's all talk as they head back to their seats. That engineer sure is handsome. Gosh. And that whistle sounded just like a whippoorwill, didn't it?
Found the whippoorwill again.
Ain't this the way to travel?
Huh. So I guess... Oh, Casey Jones.
He
That's the right
sings as he works, his voice warm and soft as the late
Oh,
afternoon
dip, we
sun.
need this kind of thing.
The air's sweet with the tang of recently cut sugar cane. There's a practiced, almost soothing precision to the way he works. He looks up and nods hello.
Greet the man.
Making molasses,
Oh.
he says to your unasked question. I sell the black stripe in town. Farmers use it for feed. Bitter as hell. He grins.
I'm gonna ask to try some.
Got some set aside. He comes back with a murky flask, waving off any offer of payment. I ain't charging. Folks around here need what they can get. Makes a mean loaf of bread.
Oh, that sounds good.
He
Some molasses
nods at the
bread sounds super good
barrels.
right now.
I'm about done filtering. Got to boil it next. Lend a hand?
Sure.
You help him haul
Ah,
the
my health.
barrels over to the metal boiler. You pour in the juice and set the fire. It's hot work. He fetches water and dark bread, and you share the small meal and a smile. It's good to find another who takes joy in honest labor.
Hey, I think that was an optimistic one. I'll take that. Okay, cool. So that's something at least. Let's just head north from here. Collect those. Should be easier way to get a little bit more north. Doesn't look like it. There's a story. I love the aesthetics of this game. It's really pretty. Oh, that looks like a lot of skulls. This become less pretty. Oh, we need
The
sleepies.
cave is really a man-made hole breaching into an earthen mound.
Oh, hey, Justice.
The man, khakis dirtied by kneeling on the rough earth, has assembled a macabre little pile of skulls to the side.
What you doing?
Readying these for sale, friend.
He wipes his hands on his pants.
This pile of skulls, clearly claimed from his enemies by an Indian chieftain, would be perfect for any cabinet of curiosities or sideshow attraction.
Everything about that just
Why, these skulls belong to no one. They're just here, lying under this mound, waiting for an enterprising soul to make something of them. Isn't this what America's all about?
Indeed. Wait, hang on. Where are we at? Are we near like Mississippi? Is this a mount? Is this one of those types of mounds that I can't Mississippian mound? I don't know. I'm blanking really hard. There's a specific archaeological thing in like I want to say this section of America that is just like massive mounds that are used as burial grounds for like ancient peoples, and I have concerns now.
Little sunlight reaches that deep in, but you can
Yep.
still see the
Yep.
skeletal remains, their heads carelessly removed, laying neatly in their excavated resting places, each one lovingly surrounded by stone effigies, earthenware, and copper plates in the shape of winged warriors.
Yeah, no, threaten the man.
You
Screw this dude.
pause and consider this small man
Tell him to
greedily
fuck off.
arranging someone's
Make up a
remains
ghost story.
as though they were a trinket for a mantelpiece.
No, tell him to fuck off.
You've half a mind to kick him onto his ass. And having made that clear to him, he scurries off like the mole he is, much to your relief. It's the least you can do.
That rings a bell. I don't name for them other than the Mississippi Mounds Mound. I want to say it is like the Mississippian peoples were the ones that built the mound. So that sounds right. I just know there's the one near me that's called Spiro Mound, but that's the name of the actual mound and not like the people associated with it. But I want to say it was the Mississippian people. I want to say so. Where am I at? Oh, yeah, no, that's exactly what this is. You motherfucker. I'm sleepy. I need to do something about the sleepies. Okay, so a couple. Because I want to say like the mounds themselves, like are like in this ish area. Like there's quite a few of them, and they span a few different states. But I don't know. It's been so long since I read up any of that. I don't think I've actually ever been to Spiro Mound either. Now that I think about it, even though it's near me. Near me, it's like a couple hours away. But, you know. Okay. Let's grab these two stories and then we'll adjust what we've got in our inventory and we'll meet a new friend. Oh hey, there's a story that I've done. I wanna listen to this first. I'm always so fascinated to see how the stories expand. Here's your story. These fellows are lounging in the front of the half-finished office building, taking their lunch break. Hey, one calls, waving down. Rick was telling us this story. Listen, okay? And can you tell us if it's bullshit or not? Sure. Rick, a credulous-seeming fellow, starts telling you a story about a man who had to travel 600 miles to find a single job. You realize it's the story of the couple parted by unemployment, but changed in a few major ways. So it's definitely part bullshit, right? But also a little real? It's not bullshit. Half the group groans. How the hell is that supposed to be a real story? Exclaims the man who waved you down. You're all the most gullible pieces of shit I've ever met. The other half of the group, vindicated, shares a bottle of pop with you. Man who had to travel 600 miles to find a single job. That's interesting that that's how that changed. It's very interesting how that's how it has changed.
First tree in a mile.
Oh.
And it's a stout myrtle with bald branches.
Huh.
No relief from the sun out here. Leaves would help. Someone hadn't replaced them all with dusty glass bottles.
Let's take a rest.
You cool down in the shade.
Huh.
The breeze blows through the bottles, making a series of heavy, hollow sounds.
Don't like that.
You think about wind chimes and the smell of fresh pies on windowsills.
I'm so twisted up. I just realized I've been like leaned over like this the whole time. It's like, no, actually sit up straight, dumbass. No wonder your back hurts so bad. Not
The
off.
dense sound of many conversations
Oh.
cuts your nap short. There's no one around,
Posture
not
change.
until
Exactly.
you look
thank
up at the bottles. They're filled with bright blue orbs, and words echo from them. None seem to notice your presence.
We're gonna listen to laughter.
Can't get enough. Porcelain, chrome, the rusty ones. Gotta turn those sleek faucets. Ever find me in a hardware store, I'm gonna haunt it till the cows come home.
Laughter rumbles inside neighboring bottles.
Trio with bottles on branches. I don't know how I'm supposed to take that one. Because it's clearly ghosts, right? But they're happy ghosts? So is it a scary story or a
Sign
happy
in
story?
town says a farmer is hiring for the sugarcane harvest.
Oh, cool.
A bag-eyed man drives you and 10 hungry strangers out into the cane, where he leaves you. Everyone gets a hatchet, but no instruction. The foreman is missing for some reason. Nobody is sure what to do.
Oh, great.
A young man in a red jacket stuffs all the hatchets in his pack.
This
Ah.
is stupid.
He says,
I'm leaving. You can get $5 for a nice axe like this.
he marches off into the cane and others follow.
Don't.
A young woman shouts after them.
It's not right.
Oh. Here's the thing. I agree that they shouldn't do it. Not because it's not right, but because that dude's gonna come back and kill your ass. Like, just end of story. That dude's just gonna come back and kill your ass. All of my hair is everywhere. I just noticed that. So for hour into stream, I just realized my hair is all everywhere. Also, I don't know. I need another justice one. I do technically also need more tower stuff, but she's right.
The thief
Don't do
left some hatchets behind. So you and the 3 chumps left start chopping cane.
it. Don't take my health.
Brutal work. None of you know
Don't
what
take
you're
my health.
doing.
Keep going.
The girl calls. Her hands are bleeding, and her face is bright with sweat. Soon, her cane is piled high.
Chop, chop, chop.
Sometime
Oh, my
after
hell,
noon,
my
the
money.
truck rolls up with a boozy foreman riding shotgun. Good work, he croaks. The girl wipes her blood-pinked hands on her apron to
Oh, I
take
think I
her
got mine.
pay, but doesn't notice the crumpled body in the back of the truck or the hatchets heaped beside it.
I told you so. I freaking told you so. Sugar cutting blinded to the thread of death. Exactly. I freaking told you so. Alright, let's talk to new friend. First, we're gonna check our inventory. Yeah, because we got those. Got those. Farmer's corn children. Let's change out. I've told the John Chapman one, so let's change it out for the corn farmers. Got 2 justice now at least. Oh yeah, see this is the seagull one that I was like, oh yeah, seagull one. Okay, any other ones that we need to switch out? I just switched this one out. Because I haven't told any of these stories yet. Yeah, I haven't told any of those stories yet. I've told everything but the soil surveyor. No, I don't want to. Okay, that's how I do that. I have to exit all the way back out. Okay, Mason, Franklin, them, cool. Okay, so we should be good. It would be really nice if I did this camp and I got some sleep back. That would be really nice. Shaw, down in the Valley of the Shadow. Hi, Shaw.
I take a look at you. Figure we're heading to the same place. You've been walking a long time, same as me, trying to find where you fit.
That is one interpretation you can make, sure.
You ever wonder if that place don't exist? No shame in it, I do. Plenty of time I wonder if I'll just walk forever.
Huh?
You start to wonder, how did I get here?
That is a good one.
When you're alone, all you have is all this time. Time to trace the lines back to where things started. But anyway, you, know any good true tragedies? I feel like one of those tonight.
I got tragedies, my guy. Boy, howdy do I got tragedy. What do I want? Ooh, I don't know if I've told this one. I want to say that's a tragedy.
Body and
Yep,
soul.
there we go.
Family. The Sharecroppers Union told me they were like a family.
Ah.
You ever get in a firefight for your brothers and sisters?
Ooh, Sharecroppers Union. Ooh, buddy.
So, tell me a sad story.
My guy, you are my
Sad and
dude.
true.
I got you on lock. Alright, sad and true. Sad and true. Is that so? It's a scary one. It's a hopeful one. Quinn. Huh. I've only got these two. Because these are two of the actual like guys that I've talked to. Interesting. Like I started to say, oh, I've got so many sad stories, and it's like, actually, all I've got is mostly scary stories. It's not like all largely scary stories, goodness. I could do this one. I want to say this one might be scary or sad. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Change.
Change.
When I was a young man, it took a while for me to accept that all things change. When I did, I leaned into it hard. Sometimes you need to salt the earth to get where you need to go.
Yeah, you know.
But anyway, you know any good true tragedies?
Oh man, buddy.
I feel
you were making me struggle bus around here. I can't remember if this is a sad one. I'm gonna try this one. I'm either hopeful or sad. I can't remember.
that's a tall one. Must be nice to have a home, place to call your own.
You didn't give me any indication. Okay, so it's not sad at least. I couldn't tell if it was maybe thrilling or if it might be a thrilling one. I thought it was a hopeful one because I thought the buffalo got away. But it was a tall tale. Really? Screw you two, man.
Under crop lean, I didn't really own shit. If you
True
excuse
facts.
my language. You buy things that pay off at the end of the season. And soon you realize even your own bed ain't a guarantee.
That is a fact.
So, tell me a sad
You
story.
and your sad stories, my guy. I need to find this one kid again. This kid loved his thrilling stories. I think this was a sad one. I want to say it was.
Body and soul.
There we go. Hey, got the eyeball all open.
I think about the past sometimes. I never wanted nothing but to be a farmer. To do honest work, get an honest wage. I ain't never gonna be a farmer now. Not much used to think about it. You know any good jokes?
Oh,
Funny
here we go.
tales?
Here we go, my guy. I want to tell you. Where is... Where is this? I had this funny stories. This one is a funny story. No, that one is. I'm trying to see if I have any other ones, though. I thought I had one more. Might be one of the sections I've already told him. I don't think I'm gonna be. I could tell him that one funny story, but I could also just tell him another story that I want to get out there. Since I've already got his eye open, I don't need to give him what he wants. What's one that I didn't have any idea what it was about. I want to find out what this one is. This one is one that had me up and had me weird. Oh, that is a funny one.
You got me laughing. A story
Okay.
about happy people. Something that's mine. Isn't that what a man always wants?
Okay, cool. So the bottle ghost is a happy one, or a funny one.
Home,
Cool.
you might call
Love
it.
that.
40 acres and a mule. Here's the sun. I got to get going. My route goes up this way, but I sure did enjoy talking to you.
Nice.
It's probably the kind of story you've heard a million times. Down on your luck,
Yeah.
need work, take whatever you can get.
Yep.
How about you? Does my life sound familiar?
Sharecropper. Meet Shaw, the sharecropper. Sharecropper Tuesday. Alright, so I've got his story now. That's handy. Okay, we'll figure out... I'm gonna go meet up this person. I should also probably head straight east to this town, grab these stories, get some rest and everything, and then I can zip up to this guitarist-looking guy. But before we get over to that, we're going to take a short break. So this is your chance to get up, stretch, get a drink of water. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes. Hello and welcome back. We're gonna do what I said, go east and then north. Sound good. It'd be helpful if you guys were going the other way. Just saying. Y'all going the wrong way for me to hitchhike.
Yeah, this will be my tale.
Oh, it's cute. Is how I hitchhike, but they're going the wrong way, like I said, so. Screw that noise. Oh, am I going the wrong way? I think I am. Grab this. There's like 3 little stores right here I'm gonna grab real quick. Oh wait, that's Atlanta right there. I can see it ahead of me.
The
with a nice-
blistering sun has scared even birds into the shade. But a middle-aged woman and a young couple are still collecting scraps of cotton that the machinery missed. With a ragged voice, the older woman calls to you. Got any water?
I don't like how I have to be mean to get this. Obviously, it's the double one, so of course I have to be mean. Yeah, I'm gonna be mean.
The young man stands up and calls out.
Wait, I'll pay.
He chases you up
This
the
is making
road,
it so hard.
shows you a few pennies.
No.
You shake your head and hurry up the road.
John, you idiot.
His mother shouts. John gives a bellow of frustration. Glancing back over your shoulder, you see the glint of sun on copper as he hurls those pennies into the field.
Well, biscuits. That is not quite what I wanted to do. Why is my... I'm not holding forward. Why are you still going forward? Do I only have the dice still? How do I get more items?
My spade up upon my weary back. I'm gonna
Excusez-moi.
Beckoning you over, the woman shows you a letter, beautifully typeset on thick vellum. You're struck by the scent of a fancy department store. She points on the parchment to the address.
This address, you know?
Her accent is very thick.
Take a closer look.
You are dismayed to read the first paragraph. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet. And the address under the monogram in the letterhead.
Oh no.
12345 Road Street, Anytown, USA.
Oof.
The woman blinks, hopefully, leaning close over your shoulder.
Yes? You know this place?
She asks. Poor woman. She's been tricked.
Make something up.
You send her around a nearby corner at random.
Merci.
She exclaims, clasping the letter to her bosom, stars in her eyes.
Enfin, mon héritage attend.
She hurries down the street, gone before you can change your mind.
I feel a terrible person. See, I'm not holding it down. It's still going forward. What the hell? Okay, let's zip to Atlanta so I can fix my boo-boos and my ouchies.
Yeah, this will be my tale. My vagrant.
Alright. Wait, what? Hang on. Do I not need sleep anymore? I'm so confused. Atlanta's suffering, you can tell. Even before this depression got started, crops were failing and the farms were closing. Now everyone's looking desperate. Explore.
You find yourself in a poker game.
Oh,
on the
God.
third
No,
floor
a
of
poker
the
game is how I got in
Watertown
this shit.
Hotel. Sometimes these things just happen.
I just slipped and fell dick first into a poker game. Oopsie daisies.
The man with the burned face to your left, he never gave his name, growls at the smiling man seated on your right. You ain't got the stomach. I killed men for lessons in that pot. Smiler plays on and takes the hand. The burned man bares his teeth.
I guess deal.
This hand comes down to the burned man and Smiler. Walk away, boy. says the burned man. Smiler drops his grin. Ain't your boy, Roy. Roy's eye twitches. Smiler outplays Roy again, and a new hand comes around.
Look at my cards.
You've got an okay hand. Not a world beater, but not nothing.
I'm gonna play cautiously because, again, I got into this mess by being a giant skeleton wandering around the world by having a royal goddamn flush and thinking that I could beat what was probably the devil. So we've learned our lesson.
For a moment, you
I lost my
think
money.
you
All
have
the
it.
fuck.
But Smiler calls and you're outclassed. Roy's preoccupied and has to be nudged into dealing. You finally hit a decent hand.
Make it count.
Roy is still staring.
Motherfucker.
Smiling.
Oh, I got money. Never mind.
What'd you say your name was?
I didn't, but it's Jackson.
Jackson, repeats Roy.
I knew a Jackson once.
There's a fierce look in Roy's eye.
Let's see him.
You played it just right.
Yes.
You take the hand and the lion's share of the chips on the table. Smiler cusses. Roy cashes out and slips away. You play a few more rounds, but that hand practically sewed up the game.
There we go.
As you leave the hotel, you smell smoke. You cross the street and look up. Flames have engulfed the third floor, where you played the game. The fire spreads hungrily. People are leaning out of windows on the floors above, but you can't see any way to help.
Cool. Alright, fire after a poker game at the Weinkauf Hotel. Alright, well, I guess I'm full up of everything, so I guess that's fine. Why am I still thinking that I'm holding down? Oh. Okay, let's zip up northwest.
When the night comes down for to take me hand in hand, this will be.
Yeah, I see the fire off in the distance. I'm trying to see if I can. Never mind. Oh well, screw it. I'm just gonna enjoy the fact that I don't have to hold down up anymore. Chattanooga. Alright, there's 3 lovely little stories here to snatch up. Good for us.
The shanty sits on the shore like a
Oh,
lie
crocodiles.
on man's tongue, crowded by thick-spined trees. There's an old man on its porch, and a child, and what looks like 1,000 alligators knotted across the property.
Cool.
My love's being stubborn, sighs a voice behind you.
Turn around.
Washed in the half-light, the
Turn
voice's
around.
owner is a certain strange shade of handsome. He leans a shoulder against a tree, smiles at you. You gotta help me talk some sense into her. All I need is 5 minutes. She won't let me through.
I want to agree. But I would also like another lover story. Although the tragedy story isn't bad. I'm also concerned that it's like lovers are tragedy. Like I don't like. I'm gonna tell him to do it himself. Because I think since it's tragedy, if I agree, I have a feeling I'm gonna get eaten by crocodiles, and I don't really want to get eaten by crocodiles. So I'm gonna tell him to do it himself.
That look on his face. It could strike down God from their hallowed halls.
Ugh.
He exhales, a thin cut of noise, before he dips his chin. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I should. Maybe I should tell her sorry like I should have done 10,000 years ago.
Offer to help, I
Well,
guess.
come on, then. He crooks a finger at you, and then nimbly, he prowls up to the borders of the house, picking his way through the alligators. Woman, come out of your house now.
Wait.
A voice ricochets through the air, wry and and wreathed in warning.
Ain't nothing good'll come of that.
At the reprimand, the man turns to you, questioning look, cocked.
Sing or encourage? Those are interesting options. I don't know which one I want to do. I'm kind of leaning towards sing just because I desperately want to see how that plays out for me. I'm gonna sing.
You open your mouth, and what comes out isn't a word, but the note of a song you'd not been taught.
Huh!
At the noise, the gators twitch like you'd run barbed wire along their bellies.
Go home and leave the gators,
Says a voice from inside.
you ain't wanted here.
I'm gonna keep singing, I guess.
Well, you know that's not how it's done. When a man loves a woman, she stays with him forever. Now you come out now, for my friend sings a bayou down to his death.
Huh.
The man and child do nothing. You keep singing. All three of you cut loose from personal choice.
Interesting.
A woman emerges. Blunt black hair, hungry eyes, face full of warning.
This ain't your fight, stranger.
She tells you gauzily, storm cloud eyes holding your own. Suddenly, your throat's your own again.
Leave.
Oh, but I want to see this through. Like, now that it's actually my choice again, I'm just like, I know that the intelligent thing to do is stop, but I really want to see this through.
She sighs, and the alligators stir at the sound, the light catching in the crenellations of the spines. And for a second, looks like they're all frowning,
It's fine.
not smiling as reptiles do, but scowling like a crash of aunts.
Fine.
I'll watch.
Death comes without incident, for all that it arrives in a torrent of teeth and thrashing tails. Unlike lovers, the alligators bear no interest in causing pain. When they are done, they all turn to stare until you go.
Alright then. Okay. That happened. Does that qualify as scary or thrilling, do you think?
You rest in a field where a well-dressed stranger talks your ear off on all manner of subjects. The weather, fireflies in summer, how combine harvesters work. After a while, the mood shifts.
Heard my death bones this morning.
Death bones?
Death bones. Heard 'em rattle like clank, clink, clank. More startling than wind chimes in a tornado.
He plucks dry grass and chews on a piece.
Ain't much time left now.
Any family?
Not much. Sent him a letter. Mostly apologies. Bothered the postwoman a lot about how to spell this and that. Ain't that bad.
He seems to perk up some.
I did right by most folks.
Nod.
Sure was good to meet you.
The man pauses, rubs his chin in contemplation.
Don't let the bedbugs bite.
He walks off slow. After his silhouette becomes small in the horizon, but before he vanishes, you see him collapse to the ground.
Okie dokie. A man who seemed alright with death. Cool. I want to say that might be a hopeful story.
We need a sixth.
She told you,
Hi.
beckoning from the steps
Okay.
of a great dark mansion. And just like that, you found yourself sitting with strangers around a velvet-draped table. Her voice is reedy and high, modulated by the tight collar of her Victorian dress.
Cool.
Join hands, everyone.
Why is this a traveler one? But okay, holding
Your
hands.
host keeps her eyes closed as she beseeches the spirits of the dead. But everyone else around the table lets one lingering, awkward glance bounce around between them. You sense they're just about done humoring her when it happens. A deep, nasty thump beneath the table.
Hold tight.
The whole table starts to shake, threatening to lift right off the ground. And then, the staid candle flames start flickering like mad, casting ghastly shadows on the walls. And then, a viciously cold wind cuts through the parlor like sharpened ice.
I'm gonna keep holding.
The damned candles are dancing in midair around you now, singeing a hair here and there off the coiffed heads of these well-heeled guests. You notice your host across the table has her eyes open wider than they should go. A rivulet of blood dripping from her nose.
Oh, do I keep holding or do I let go? Oh no. Because in my thought, I'm like, I know in these sort of situations, you're never supposed to let go. Like, you just keep hanging on. But it's interesting that there's the change here. I don't... this is Wheel of Fortune, if I remember correctly. This is the Fool, which is the traveling one. Hang on.
When you come to your senses,
Oh.
sunrise has begun to creep in. The parlor is empty, but for you and the woman in the old-fashioned dress, who slumped dejectedly over the table.
He didn't show up. All that sound and fury, and no sign of his spirit.
Oh, well. That sucks. Cool. Seance. Oh, hey, Nashville. I love Nashville. It's a fun time. Wait, not Nashville, Memphis. I was thinking of Memphis. Anyway, let's check our inventory. So, yeah, because we've got quite a few world ones. Got a couple of wheels. I've told this one. I want to tell this one. This one's gone somewhere. Any other ones I need to change out? I don't think I've told these. Definitely not told the house one. Do I need to change these out? I should probably change this one out. I don't need to change out for Shaw's story yet. There's the Emperor. There's the Devil. Thirsty Cotton Pickers. I don't think I've really told any of these. I think I've told the Rider in the Woods. Hey, let me turn. Can't. See, this is annoying that it's like really stuck on. Okay, nope, we're holding down forward for some reason, but I'm really not. Here we go. New friend, Althea. Oh. Hi, Althea.
I wanted to be the best blues singer in the world. By God, I was. I was born a poor girl in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, Memphis, I was just talking about that.
No father. He run out. No mama either. She was there, but she weren't there really.
I understand that.
All alone but for my Uncle Richard, my baby brother Marcus. All alone but for the guitar. Ooh, now I'm in the mood for a story with a bit of that tragedy to it.
Alright, I got you. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Justice is the choice in morality. Ah, interesting. I can tell him this one. I don't think I've told this one much.
Oh, now that pain.
Yup.
Oh, yeah. I felt freedom.
Oh, I got like halfway open there.
There's nothing like the feeling when you sing and your soul leaves your body. I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
We can try. Farmer's Children. I want to say this one might be a hopeful one. Might be a scary one. I don't know. Hopeful, she said. Seagulls. Seagulls are a hopeful one.
It's good to light the darkness every once in a while.
Alright, we're already there.
Don't believe what anyone promises you about the future.
That is true.
I signed a contract. I thought it was to lead to fame and glory. But it was a lie.
That sucks.
Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Ooh, my only trouble now is which one do I choose? Let's see here. What's a good scary one that I've not gotten to tell yet? Ooh, we haven't done this. The Wounded Soldier. That's a good.
Oh, that's a scary one.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like to think about the past. When I lay down to bed now, I hear Marcus cry out to me. He's hungry, he says. When I was a girl, all I wanted was to help him. Ooh, how about a story about the dark and scary things in the world?
Oh man, I got this on lock for you, darling. Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, now, that sends shivers up my spine.
Sure does, yeah.
Some folks got choices. I was choosing between having nothing and having something. I didn't know it was a devil's bargain then.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood for a good, hopeful story. You got any?
Oh, I can try and see if I got a good hopeful one. I'm gonna see if this is a hopeful one or not. 'Cause it kind of reads like it might be hopeful to me.
Trying to scare me.
Oh, damn.
But I don't care for that one.
Okay, so that's a scary one.
Heaven. The white man showed up in Memphis. Heard me singing for dimes outside the barber shop. I thought he was an angel when I met him. Ah, sun is up. One more night gone. I need to be going. If you want to hear more about the deal I made, you can look for me up the road this way.
Alright. Close map. I always forget to close map.
I was about 25 when I left my first record contract. No more richer than I was before. Those men took me around like a freak show. Me and my guitar, my sad songs. I didn't know what to do once I was free again. Alone, drinking my sorrows. That's where the devil found me.
Yep. Meet Althea the Boost. I'm still stuck holding no. Okay. What do we want now? Ooh, there's a good chunk up that away. We can go back to my original thought process of going up there. Then we can swing back down for her once we have more stories. Okay, this 70. No, I don't need 70, I need 31. Which one's which? It's Chattanooga. Midwest and the South. Oh, interesting. I need to go north, but I can't figure out how to do that. That's Kentucky, I think it said. I can't walk around. I can't walk up mountains apparently. Okay. I need to go around this way. This is not quite what else that I wanted. Oh, this is 31. I'm a dumbass. Just can't. They're also going the wrong way again. God dang it. Every time I'm like, okay, I can just hitch a ride on the thing now. Nope. It's like everything's gonna go the wrong way. You're all going the wrong way, you punks. Making my life difficult. Oh, I gotta cross the river. Get across these guys. I don't think I've done a river crossing yet. Oh, there's just that, just like that. Alright. Ooh, a new story. These fellas are lounging in front of the half-finished office building, taking their lunch break. Hey, one calls me down. Rick is telling us this story. Listen, okay? And you tell us if it's bullshit or not. Rick, a credulous-seeming fellow, starts telling you a story about the violin which could only be played by its true owner. You realize the story of Louise Ames' violin, but changed in a few major ways, so it's definitely part bullshit. Right, but also a little real? It's bullshit. Half the group groans, the man who waved you down claps you on the back and shares a bottle of pop with you. I swear it's true, it happened, Rick protests. Yeah, Rick, you believe everything you hear. Alright, so now, that's Louise Ames' violin. Interesting. What are you? I got a good...
Deep in the fields, you come across a group of young men clearing weeds and sod from a roadside plot. Pitchforks flying, weeds dying. You almost don't notice that the dark lump beside them is a dozing boy, lying smack dab in the middle of their work.
Is he sleeping?
There's an odd frenzy to the way these boys are ripping the sod apart. When they notice you approaching, they jog over and stand silently between you and their sleeping comrade.
Well, what's going on, boys?
The youths share nervous looks. The oldest steps forward. Get going, he blurts, leveling a pitchfork at your gut. His hands are shaking. He seems serious.
All right.
You hurry off, but the boys don't check to see if you've really left. From the top of the next rise, you watch them lift the motionless boy and carry him farther back into the field. It's only when they move him that you realize his wrists and ankles have been bound.
Cool. I went on for reasons unknown. Interesting. Alright. Up there's that story. And there's like one more of those guys.
Just a moment there.
Oh.
He says, shaking your hand.
I'm Paul Dalhart from the Republican Herald. You may have heard of it. Syndicated in 6 counties.
I've never heard of it.
Well, no matter. But listen, you may have noticed a vocal few out there. I call them naysayers, who throw up their hands and fly the white flag as soon as life gets a little tough. But wouldn't you agree that it's never been a better time to live and do business in this country?
It's the Depression, sir. The Great Depression. So no.
Ha! Pessimism, negativity, faint-heartedness.
He claps his notebook shut.
If there is to be an end to the great American experiment, it'll be your attitude that writes it, not mine.
You know, you got a point there. Strictly positive views. All right, well, there's our hopeful one for a bit. Got a good chunk of them around here. Let's see if we can grab this one. Go around this little mountain. Ohio River. I love it when it flows down like that. That's fun. That's the thing about the American dream. You have to be asleep. You know, you got a good point there.
The car is a lifeline. Your one hope to escape the encroaching storm.
Ooh.
It rattles along a few
This is gonna be
yards
thrilling one. I
ahead
love
of the
this.
storm front, jouncing and juddering. One pothole away from being swallowed by the choking
Oh, it's a dust storm coming through.
A figure clings to support straps mounted on the back.
Yep, catch a
You
ride.
grab the straps and haul yourself up.
Oh,
Shouts the woman on the back.
a fellow observer.
She's wrapped in a scarf and aviation goggles, juggling a pen and a notebook while hanging onto the unsteady car. The dust scours your face and rips at your clothes.
I wonder, is like the Dust Bowl and all that like talked about it all outside of the U.S.? Because like I don't want to be like, well, obviously everybody studies American history, but I'm honestly wondering, like, is that a decently well known thing, that whole phenomena about the Dust Bowl? Because like living in Oklahoma and growing up here, like I learned like it was a major facet of study for us, along with like the Trail of Tears. But like it's one of those things that is like, it doesn't seem like it could have been real. I don't know. It seems so wild, the thought of there were just these actual massive dust storms that would like literally bury farms and other stuff. And it's one of those things that is like, if you ever think that climate change isn't real, you just got to learn about the Dust Bowl a little bit. I think it was briefly covered in school here. I barely remember school though. Maybe it was brought up when we studied of mice and men in English lit. I could see that for sure. It was a whole wild thing. Like it's honestly really terrifying. But it's one of those things that's like, I could totally see this happening again in the future because we never learned our goddamn lesson. Can we
We're
go
not
faster?
done with our observations.
She threads one arm through the straps and makes another attempt to write, but it comes out illegible.
Blast it. Get inside and take dictation, will you?
Sure.
You clamber through the open back window, and she hands you pen and notebook. You scribble furiously while she dictates the finer qualities of the dust and wind assaulting the car until her voice is hoarse.
That'll do.
She bangs on the roof.
Judith, let's go.
Move on. The woman who studied dust storms. Nice. I don't know. Like I said, that's just one section of American history that I've always found really fascinating, is that whole phenomenon. Because it's just wild. And the fact that like it's
Surrounded
just
by
late enough that we
fields
actually
of
have
corn
pictures
and
from it is
rye.
also just
A
wild.
small farm lies fallow.
I'll shut up now.
Its tiny stable crumbles into disrepair, and foxtails sprout from its fields.
Foxtails will enter the farmhouse.
Inside, the sunlight filtering in through two small windows turns to hazy gray shafts in the thick dust that blankets the interior. There's not much in the way of furniture, but on a rustic kitchen table, a handwritten note catches your eye. Never opened.
Interesting.
It's addressed to Martha
Martha. Oh
and
no.
unsigned. Her name is written in the stiff letters of a man for whom literacy is more a formality than habit.
Yeah, we're gonna read it.
If you find this, I'm already gone. Don't come looking for me.
Huh.
The rest is scratchy spirals and circles of halfway readable writing about the noises from the cellar and the hunger in the darkness. The cellar door at the edge of the abandoned kitchen calls to your attention.
We're gonna go down in that cellar.
The door is unlatched. The ground below is deeply stained with some dark residue you can't identify. Upon it, only ancient piles of chains and manacles, slowly turning to rust.
Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Love that for me. What are you?
She waits by the ruined mill, in an overcoat 2 sizes too big.
Look, over here. Look at this.
She yells.
This only happens once every 10 years, for Christ's sake.
She grabs your hand, and you both look at the black gear rolling west to cover the sun.
Sure, I'll look at it.
Steadily, the darkness draws across the sun until it is almost total. She clutches your hand tightly.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this.
The sun, obscured, throbs and expands, raging against the night.
I guess we're gonna keep looking at it.
The eclipse breaks.
Ah.
The sun surges forward, screaming, burning, writhing in torment. Your eyes burn too, as if in retaliation, as if your witness of the sun's humiliation constituted some great insult. You look at her. Her eyes are bleeding.
Cool. Clips on the farm. Alright, interesting. Your story. Oh, this story. This bar is crowded with people from every walk of life. Businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses, preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. We're going to start a conversation. He launches into a wild story about the bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about the wounded soldier. That's it. I think I like mine more. It's more exciting, sure. So that's why I'll keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees the new version is better. It might be because your new friend bought them all drinks. The wounded soldier, the bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. Cool. Yeah, this one,
The
please.
storm swept in
Oh.
just before sundown, heralded by a purple sky and electricity. in
Hey,
the
I know this image.
You sought shelter alongside a grizzled farmer. All he can do is pace, muttering to himself.
Can't just stay here.
You catch.
Gotta find her.
Whomst?
He looks up at you.
Ah.
My daughter was out down the road. He balls his fists.
God. Fuck this.
He hauls open the door, shielding his face from the fierce dust. He runs out into the storm.
I'm gonna try and help him.
The dust scours your skin, and razor winds whip at your clothing. You struggle for breath. The maelstrom has turned the world murky red. You don't see the farmer.
Keep
You
going.
press on.
I
through
knew
the
I was gonna lose some
storm.
heart.
You see the farmer up ahead. He's on his knees. A great, dark shape made from swirling dust looms over him.
Shadow
You
warning.
manage no more than a cough. The dust thing engulfs the man in his body. The storm whips faster. You can't breathe. You have to get back to shelter.
Run.
You make it to safety, but don't manage any sleep. Storm settles in the early hours. You find the farmer laid out in the street, his corpse a shriveled mass. He has one arm stretched out in front of him, as if to crawl.
Monster in the Maelstrom. Cool. I got ouchies now. Let's... Should be able to grab these two stories over here and see about getting some health or something in Cincinnati. Well, we definitely found some more stories about this bowl, like we're really hoping we would. I just noticed that there's weird smears in the sky. I don't know what that's about. I thought they were weird smears
A
on my
woman waits
monitor.
while a man in a truck fills two of her buckets with scoops of whitish powder from a bin. She sees you staring.
Want to make some cash?
She calls.
Doing what?
She takes you up the drive to her farmhouse, where son and daughter are mixing something in a metal barrel.
Locust bait.
She says,
Poison.
Uh,
The town bought enough for everyone, but we gotta mix it ourselves.
she'll pay you to help.
I don't need money. I feel like I'm gonna end up poisoned.
You shake your head, walk back out to the road.
Exactly, yeah.
No point in having money in your pocket, but poison in your blood.
Exactly, yeah. Woman with the buckets of poison. Oh, new story. We got a campfire over there, too. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend, it's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Gotta go for dinner. Have a good rest of the stream. I like this game's vibe. Thank you. Have a good dinner. Have a good afternoon, nighttime. And yeah, I like this game as well. Like I said, the VODs will be over on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out later. No worries. Have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about the whippoorwill watching for death. Halfway through, you realize that it's the story of the drunken lineman, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaims. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true, every word of it. Yeah. The whippoorwill watching for death. Right, because the drunken lineman was one of the whippoorwill stories. Which I want to know what the ongoing thing about the whippoorwill stuff is. Yoink.
She's getting married, the soldier tells you. The two of you observe the church from the dusty road, straining to hear the faint joy of the ceremony transpiring within. I fought for 10 years to come home because she said she'd be here, waiting for me.
Yeah.
And look, can you believe it?
Yes.
So what am I supposed to do? What does she expect? That I should throw myself from the nearest cliff? Walk into the ocean? He snorts, sets off down the road.
I want to follow him. I'm
He
curious.
seems surprised to see you a few steps behind. No, no, he says. Where I'm going, you can't come.
So many ghost stories in this game, I swear.
It's only then that you notice. There's something very wrong with his eyes.
Move on. Soldier came home to find his girl getting married. Okay, let's see if we can get some story and some health in Cincinnati. And then we'll hit that campfire up there, and that'll probably be it for the day. Okay, let's explore
The
first.
corridors of Cincinnati's music hall
Ooh.
reverberate with the sounds of an orchestra warming up for rehearsal.
If we unbolt the light rig, we can crush them.
Jesus.
Says a voice up ahead. No, another answers. Hiding Baldy's baton will be sufficient to stop the din.
Okay.
The tuxedoed men are slightly transparent. Mustachio on the right has his arms folded. The weaselly one on the left scowls. They start at your arrival.
I'm gonna undo those bolts.
Weasel feature vanishes into thin air.
Damn it all.
Says the other man.
What was that about? I guess obviously they're ghosts, but what was that about?
We used to be members of the orchestra until, well, you know. Patrick doesn't care for the new blood. It seems like talent died with us. So he does his damnedest to stop them playing. But I can't allow violence against fellow artists.
Yeah,
Help me stop him.
you betcha.
With the right tool, you can banish them from the hall. You see, no spirit can stand the sound of the purest of all instruments.
The violin,
No,
the piano,
no,
the sousaphone,
no,
the banjo.
He shakes his head,
Oh,
exasperated.
no. The triangle.
oh, the triangle.
The
All
orchestra
right,
has
sure,
one,
man.
But their percussionist's a sop.
I was gonna guess
He
piccolo
never hits
personally.
it right. If you can get there, you can ensure the only thing brutalized here today is Chopin.
Chopin. Go into the
The
hall.
orchestra is midway through practice.
Oof.
They're in dire need of it. The percussionist dozes on his stool. Everyone's oblivious to the muttering from the lighting rig.
I'm gonna. Don't risk it.
Patrick grunts from above.
Nearly.
Oh fuck.
If the lighting rig falls,
Okay, fine. Rush for the
it's
triangle.
gonna hurt a lot of people.
I was thinking that it was like if I rush for the triangle, they're gonna like stop me. But rush for the
You
triangle. Sure.
sprint down the aisle and elbow through the incensed musicians. The percussionist falls off his stool as you clamber over his xylophone. You grab the beater and bring it down onto the triangle, eliciting a pure, resounding note. And
Yes.
the rafters ring with laughter. The mustachioed ghost appears next to you, doubled over, invisible to the furious orchestra.
I never thought you'd fall for that. The triangle, for God's sake.
Thanks for shutting them up, though.
That's funny. I like that. It's a good story. Can I get some health, please? I would like an ice cream. That sounds great. Can I earn some money? You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. We look for work. Starts to rain in the kind of torrential, tree-stripping way that only happens once or twice a year. Everyone scrambles for cover, but one guy stays out in the street, a fellow with a bale of bent and lopsided umbrellas. 10 cents each, he hollers. What an opportunist. The rain has soaked him through, but he's doing a roaring trade. Hey, he tells you, go run around on the main shopping streets, pick up all the umbrellas you see, okay? People sometimes drop them when they blow inside out. I'll pay. I'm in. I lost my health again. He's right. There are umbrellas scattered all up and down the street like fallen birds. You gather up an armful and the umbrella sells them all off you for a couple coins. The next morning, though, your throat is hoarse and your nose is running like a faucet. Damn it. Well, I guess... Oh, never mind. I'm fine. Because I've got everything good now. Okay, I'll take that. Wait, no, you brat. You highway robbery. Okay, fine. I'll have BB and J this time. Used to call this place the Paris of America, and it's fitting. The new Union Station makes you feel like an ant, and the music hall is a hell of a place to look at, too. All right. So, where was it that I said I needed to go? Should be northeast. I'd love to be able to stand still so I get my compass out. But I guess I don't. Oh, there we go. Columbus. There, where we need. Cool. Here's it. We'll grab these two stories here, and then we'll end at that campfire. Sound good? Sound good. Columbus. Search. Oh, I'm sleepy.
The girl tilts her basket away to hide whatever is inside.
You want to see what I got? I'm not telling.
She raises her eyebrows, encouraging you to pry further. This girl is either very confident or too young to know shyness.
Show interest.
Got you hooked. Too easy.
She twists her lips to one side, mimicking a more adult,
I don't like that that's a sad
thoughtful
one.
gesture.
I'll tell you what. I'll show you what's in the basket if you do something for me.
Sure.
Excellent. I want you to kill my
sorry.
mother.
She looks to check if you're paying attention, then points to a figure working at the other end of
Escalated
the
very
field.
quickly.
She's boring. She keeps making me work when I want to play.
The girl bursts into peals of laughter. She doubles over the basket, laughing so hard she's barely able to stand. When she can speak again, she says,
You should have seen your face. You really should.
She beckons you over, shows you her basket.
Lift the cloth.
3 kittens snuggle up.
Babies!
They're barely old enough to open their eyes.
Ma gave them to me for being good. I've called them Badb, Matcha, and Anand.
That's not how you pronounce those, I don't think.
After a story Nana told me.
She preens.
I'm very clever, you know.
Oh, babies. Girl with basket kittens. I loved that. That was sweet. That's the story. Dust Bowl devastation. This man reads the newspaper with barely contained horror. His grimace spreading wider and wider as he makes his way down the page. Suddenly, his frown cracks into something with a little more amazement in it. Wow, he says. What's the matter? He reads out a story about the headless Hessian of Sleepy Hollow. Yes! I knew it! You're shocked. It's the story of the rat in the woods, but was a bitch changed. Do you really think this happened, he says? Oh, yes. He shrugs. Sounds like nonsense to me for sure. The stuff they print these days. Move on. Yes! I got the sleep. I was really hoping that was going to turn into the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. Yes! Amazing. Now I just got to see if I can get Pecos Bill. I really want Pecos Bill to happen.
The barn and silo have seen better days. One big storm might bring the whole structure down. A man hollers.
Ken? Ken? I know you're here, boy.
He sees you and lopes across the field toward you.
You seen a boy around? About 14?
I haven't.
He sighs. My boy is missing. I haven't seen him since last night. He swallows. He ain't the type to run off, neither. Can you spare a minute to help look? I'm worried sick.
Yeah, I'll check inside the barn.
The interior of the barn is dim, even with the great doors thrown
Uh-oh.
open. You check the animal stalls, but find nothing. As you look up to the loft, you spot a gap in the roof. A bit of cloth hangs down. Perhaps a shirt.
Check the roof.
You climb the ladder and make your way across the roof. A trail of empty beer bottles leads you past a discarded shirt and to the base of the silo. You climb up. There's a hole in the silo roof, a rupture where rotten wood gave way under something large.
Look inside.
You maneuver your way along the edge, keeping your weight off the rotted panels. You poke your head inside. He's there, half submerged in the grain. He's been dead for half a day at least. The man's waiting at the bottom of the barn ladder.
Anything?
There's a spark of hope in his eyes.
Tell him the truth.
He chokes back a sob.
I told him not to go up there. I told him.
He looks up at the tower, then turns to you, tears tracking down his grimy cheeks.
Why didn't he listen?
Ah, dead boy in the grain silo. Okay, before we jump into that, let's double check. Okay. Bill, we got that. Made molasses, tree with bottles. I think I told that one. Let's change it out for the kittens. Okay, that one's still a thing. Farmers. Yeah. That's 600 miles. Oh, here we go. Oh, Cassidy's and Lovers. Ah. Dupe. Grave Robber. I don't think I've told this one. So let's swap out for that one. Still good. Not told any of those, I don't think. Casey Jones, Theatrical Road. Quinn. Surprised I don't have more of the Queen of Cups. Actually kind of quite surprised by that. Got so many of the Empress. Whippoorwill Watching for Death. Bucket's Poison. Mason's Loss. Right, Winged Goat. Let's do that. Violent, which shall only be played by its true owner. Bushwhacker's Vengeful Plot. Ooh, the Eclipse is a good one. Shootout. No, we don't need Shaw. Well, I don't want to do, because the thing about the if I do, I want to, if I remember correctly, the story from the people that I've met at the campfires don't expand. They don't like change like these other ones do. So I want to, but they automatically like raise the thing. So I'm trying to save them if I can, and just kind of just get good sort of thing. Okay, we have. All right, Hessian. I want to tell that again. See if we can get a little bit farther. Thirsty Cotton Pickers. Silent Twins. Ah, I got more stuff. Althea. Abandoned Farm. I can't remember what this abandoned farmhouse was, but we've done so many farmhouses. I want to say this one was, I don't know, we'll give it a shot. Alright. Camp. I need some EVs. Franklin. Chapter 2, Whistle of the Evening Jay. Right, this guy.
It's a funny thing. Someone looking right through you. Don't lie to me, friend. I know you want to know the truth, what it really means to be a porter.
I do, in fact.
Well, I can tell you it's more than making white folks happy.
That's a mood.
That's just how it's supposed to look. But you go on so long being how you're supposed to, you're not quite sure how to go back to what you are. Though I suppose I can give it a try.
That's interesting. Because I mean, I think you could apply that to a lot of retail jobs and things like that. That's very customer facing. So, yeah, interesting.
Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good happy story.
Oh, I got
You
this
got
great
it?
story about kittens, man. Got this great story about kittens. Alright, I'll just use those stories. That's some of my older ones. There's a kitten story. Did I not change out the kitten story? Yeah, Basket of Kittens.
Who finds that one funny?
I thought you said you wanted happy.
When they want to liven spirits up, to bring each other joy, all railroad folk tell the story of the steel-driving man John Henry.
Yeah, you're right.
But only us porters talk about Big Old Daddy Joe, the
Ooh.
best porter who ever lived. I've always been more partial to that tale.
Oh, really?
You seem like you've seen a few spooky things in
Oh,
your
I got
time.
spooky shit, my
Want
guy.
to share any?
I got spooky shit. Bugs poison, well. Red creature. Here you go.
Damn, that's a good one. If you got any more like that, you should write them down.
Alright.
Fortune. A porter lives or dies on the good fortune of passengers. One day, a nice man could give you a generous tip. The next day, he could steal a towel.
True that.
And guess who's paying for the replacement?
Also true that.
You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
Let's go a thrilling one. I want to say that one's probably a thrilling one. I'm gonna guess that this one's thrilling.
That one will probably ruin the
God
movie
damn it.
if I share it in our quarters. I made my choice. But not every porter I knew wanted to join Mr. Randolph in the Brotherhood. See, they had seen friends fired for much smaller offenses and didn't want to ruin the good thing they had. But it was the only choice for me. Anyway, you must have some funny stories to tell. Share one.
Okay. See if I can do better. This one's funny. Leatherman's a funny one.
Oh, that's a good one. Very good. It's hard to have faith in a person if you never really know him. And let me
Like I've
tell you,
run out of stories
it's hard
for
to
him.
really know a porter. At least to know more than what he wants you to know. You can let him completely into your life, and he'll keep you in the dark about his.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Tell me something that'll make me laugh.
Okay.
I could use a chuckle.
Alright. Dead story. How about the story of dead guy from... Already dead. Sweet as snails. I haven't told you this one. This one's funny. I'm surprised this one hasn't grown. I've done this one a couple times.
I'll keep this story in my pocket for sure.
Aw, man.
It'll make some passenger laugh.
I really cannot get your eye open, huh?
The past. We porters have to leave the way we used to think behind. Before, we were all just worrying about how to make it through the next day, the next 10,000 miles. But together, we gotta put what's behind us, and keep it there.
I don't think I made it. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Now that we've got the Brotherhood, we porters have a bigger future to think about. Don't want to hold you here if you need to be going. I've got to be going in the morning too. The next leg of my trip takes me along the rails this way. Where are you headed?
Gotcha.
If we cross paths again, I'd like to tell you more of the truth about what it's like to be a porter and what it's like to be in the Brotherhood.
Gotcha.
Keep an eye out for me, all right?
Yeah, I didn't quite make that one. I think they probably get harder as I go through the chapters. which, like, that makes sense. Okay, so I think we're just gonna... up there. So I think that's him right over there. Yep. I don't know if we want to continue that, but... for now, we are gonna end it there, so... boop, 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 boop. Currently linked in the chat are my YouTube channel and my Discord. I highly recommend that you check out both. I will have VODs of this game available over on the YouTubes. So, go check that out if you are so inclined. But, thank you all so much for joining me. I always appreciate every little bit of love and support that you give me. I look forward to seeing you all in the future. But until next time, this has been Lunatic Vixen, advising you to stay crazy. Bye-bye.